been like hotter than a mofo in this place right now. I'm sweating and stuff, but I'll be losing weight by the second, it feels like. So we do this, man, every single Monday from 10 p.m. until midnight. CIUT 89.5 FM. I go by the name of Dynamic, aka your favorite light skin. Music provided by DJ Slam. The online social vibes by Amanda, the social media queen. The random sporadic takeover in the Woo-mobile by Stacy Brizzle now. And Rain, you know what I'm saying, double R on the cams, you know what I'm saying, holding it down every single Monday night. And we bring through special guests. And my next guest here, man, I've been following him, man, you know, for his career, you know what I'm saying, for a long time, through promoting stuff on Bring Your A Game, the blog on bringyouragame.com. And then, you know, now that we got this radio show, it just makes sense to bring the man through. He started at a very young age. He's an MC and producer, and he takes pride in creating colorful soundscapes and compelling musical backdrops. I ain't gonna front. I'm reading that from the man's bio. Basically, what it means is that he creates dope music for the people out there. You know what I'm saying? We got Junia-T in the building with us right now. Junia-T, how you doing, sir?
What up, brother?
This is big, man. I'm glad to have you come through, man.
Finally here, man. I'm really stoked about this.
So we were talking off air that you're now the first. Like, we've had this backdrop behind you for a while,
right?
But before we were just kind of doing it the ghetto way and hanging it up on like the window and stuff.
No doubt.
Now we got the stand and it's official, and you're the first artist with the official. You know what I mean?
Backdrop, man. This is fly, man.
Oh, we forgot to bring the mug out. Where's the mug? We got to get the man something to drink. You know what I'm saying? With the Bring Your A Game mug. You know,
we got to bring an A Game mug. That's fly,
it's coming. We're gonna get the server to bring that over for you. You know what I mean?
No doubt.
With the Bring Your A Game tray and everything.
Oh, jeez, man. Yo, man.
we moving up. So yo, you got a lot of stuff that you're working on.
Yes, sir.
But I kind of want to start on this whole like MC producer tip.
Okay.
What got you into sort of doing the producer stuff?
You know what, really? I started out as a drummer, man. You know what I mean? So been playing drums, played drums for my church. I was in the church choir too, you know what I mean? Yeah. But you know, met up with some other dudes that actually really, it started with rapping after the drumming thing, because my cousin was a beatboxer and he had me like freestyle for him while he was beatboxing, you know what I'm saying?
So you can play live drums? Like you can
Yeah. I've been playing drums for a while, you know what I mean? So, you know, got better at the rapping. Eventually, rappers need beats,
right.
You know what I mean? And I had like a solid musical background to start with, so I was like, why not? Once I got my hands on FL, just kept running with it, you know what I mean?
That's proper, man. I like it. And what other instruments can you do other than the drums?
I could play keys, and that's pretty much it, man. You know what I mean? I could rap.
If you could play one instrument other than what you're doing now, like if you could perfect something, what would be that one instrument you would go out?
Yo, the trumpet, man.
The trumpet, right? I used to play that when I was young, man, the trumpet. It's a hard instrument to do, man.
Yo, man, but it's a really triumphant instrument.
You got to have that, like, breath control and stuff, which you has as an MC.
Word. But, like, those guys take it to a whole other level, man.
Yeah,
like,
true.
all the great trumpet players are on some other thing.
But it's like it adds to, like, a soulful kind of thing. I think that would be dope if you could add that into your music. I think that would match with the type of vibes that you do.
All day, man. But, you know, I have a 5-piece band, man, so I always
got
the live. I got the man for it, you see it. You know what I mean?
Man. How's it working with a live band? Is it fun for you?
It's dope, man, because like I grew up watching my father rehearse with his band. He used to bring me out, like that was his spending time with his son. You know what I mean? Bring me out to rehearsal, but that was like euphoric, man. When the rehearsal's done and then the band just gets to jam out, it's a crazy feeling, you know? So now that I have a band to work with, I just feel it's a natural workflow for me because I come from that. You know what I mean? It's not hard. So we just like get together, jam, maybe play the 1-2 joint we want to learn, and like it just becomes a fun thing, you know, no pressure.
So that covers the producer side of things, but how come the MC, or what got you into MC and then?
Well, yo, man, you know, freestyling with my cousin, and then I was lucky to live in a neighborhood where there was a lot of like hip hop culture where we're at. Like I'm from Sauga, you know what I mean? And like the high school I went to, Clarkson, had like a crazy group of MCs that just like went to the school, and I didn't expect that. It was like such a dope roster of MCs that people left other high schools to come to Clarkson because we had like a lot of the rappers, you know what I mean? So pretty much steel sharpened steel. We started to build community in Mississauga, and here I am.
That's wicked, man. I want to show people some of the vibes that we're talking about here, the MC producing side of things. The instrumental in the background.
Yes, sir.
Is it for the My?
Yeah, that's the My. But that one's not me though. I had to go draw for one of the OGs for this one, man. This one's Sprox.
Okay.
Freedom Riders. Like for the last album, it was all
Sprox
me.
is heavy with it, man.
You already know, man. Like I did the whole album produced by myself, the last joint, and only one song was produced by Crooklyn. and for this new body of work, I kind of want to reach out to the producers I look up to and that inspire me to create. So it was a blessing to finally get one done with Sprox.
Did you record in his studio?
Oh, hell yeah, man. You got to do it like how he likes it.
In the basement, right? And that vibe is nice, man.
It is nice, man. The vinyl everywhere, and you got a crazy microphone.
It's a hip-hop spot to record at, man.
All day, man.
Let's get into this record then. My from Junia-T, produced by Sprox. Shout out to Sprox. Bring your A-Game Radio. CIUT 89.5 FM. Junia-T's in the building, man. You know what I mean? Let's get it, man. Bring your A-Game Radio. CIUT 89.5 FM. The one they call Junia-T in that building.
Yo, bro, these mugs are fly, eh?
Yeah? You got the mug now, eh?
I might need to get one of these for the yard,
That's what I'm saying, man. We taking orders and stuff, you know?
Yo, I'll put my whatever down and get my mug, bro.
What you sipping? What you sipping right now?
Yo, man, water. You know what I mean? Gotta keep it simple.
Stuff from, man. Stuff from for the people. You on that lead right now, right? I'm playing, man. Bring your A-Game Radio. We got Junia-T in the building right now. I go by the name of Dynamic, a.k.a. your favorite light-skinned DJ Sam on the ones and twos. And the vibes are just nice. That track is proper, brother.
Thank you, my G.
I love it, man. You dropped a video for that, too.
Yes, sir.
Where can the people check out the video?
They could check that out at Junia-T.com, Junia-T.com. We put it out on YouTube. It's also on Facebook. Team Backpack also put that out, so you can check that out on their website. Just happy for all the support it's been getting, you know what I mean?
That's huge, man. So we mentioned at the top of the show, top of the interview, I should say, that you sort of started at a young age.
Yes, sir.
What age was that?
7, bro.
7 years old,
Lucky
man.
7,
now, were you actually literally making beats at 7 years old?
I was rapping, freestyling at 7 with my cousin. And then, I would say, mid-teenage years, you know what I mean? When FL made its arrival on the internet to all of us pirators and whatnot, that's when the production really started.
And that probably led you to, doing this whole freestyling thing kind of led you to being in the Toronto Star as, one of the top 5 MCs I was reading in your bio.
Yes, sir.
How did that come about?
You know what? Fast shouts to my brother, Crooklyn, SB for life, you know what I mean? We just worked really hard. The way that we earned our stripes in the city was rocking shows. We didn't really have the access to hit up all the radio shows and stuff at the time.
Right.
So the only way we could really build our stripes was tear down a show every time we got one. And that's how we built our reputation. So.
Who were some of the other MCs that were listed? Do you know them off that were listed?
Yeah. They were KJ was on that list. Blake Carrington was on that list. Rich Kid. And Freedom Riders. The crazy part is everybody else on the list is from Saga. And then Freedom Riders makes up all the rest of the Toronto random.
That's huge, man. There's not many I think maybe more now, but not many MC producers, MC/producers that are actually really dope with it, you know what I mean? And you mentioned Rich Kid. Rich Kid is another one of those artists that's a dope MC producer. But do you feel who else do you kind of look up to, or who would you work with in the scene in Toronto specifically? But even in Canada that you would vibe out with?
You know what? I was lucky enough to connect with Tass Nada. That's one of my brothers. We went on tour last year, and that's one of my favorite people to create with because it's no thinking. It's just vibes.
Right.
You know what I mean? I also got put onto a crazy artist from BC named Brevner.
Yes.
And
Matt Bevner, right?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, that's the homie. You know what I mean? Yeah. We got to cut a record on tour. And it just became brotherhood, man. It's more than music. When you really connect with somebody, that's what makes it fun.
Yeah,
the stuff you make dope.
Have you done more than one record with him? Or?
Oh, we just still send stuff back and forth, you know what I mean? If there's heads I want to mess with in the city, KJ is definitely one of them because he's also a producer artist as well. You know what I mean? That Come Over record is produced by him. And he's just really left field, and I appreciate somebody that's refreshing with their approach to making music. You know what I mean?
Who have you worked with so far, or who have you produced for so far?
So far, I've produced records for Zaki Ibrahim, Tanika Charles, done stuff for the Squad. It's Rich Kid, Crooklyn. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As far as outside of the country, I've done stuff for K Cola, YG Tut, which is a part of the house. This dude from London, England, named Benjamin A.D. I've also produced records for Little Sims. Yeah, and the list is still growing.
That's huge. So let's say you get that phone call right now. It's that dream phone call because you get to produce for that artist you've always wanted to produce for. Who's that artist?
Wow, that's a tricky one. Man, if Stevie Wonder called the brother to produce for Stevie, that would be my dream record, bro. I'm trying to make forever music. As much as I love my hip-hop comes from forever music.
Yeah.
Jazz music never dies. Soul music and funk never dies. So I like my music to be amongst that.
Do you use like a lot of samples and stuff in your music?
I sample a lot, and I also get my band to replay parts of the samples. I like to say the sample inspires the music.
Yeah. Are you doing more of your shows now with the live band, or are you?
Oh
just
man, it's the second year rocking with the band. So last year we did some crazy shows. Like one of my goals was to be able to rock Jazz Fest, and I got to rock Jazz Fest with my band, which was dope. We got to do Dundas Square, and my biggest show yet to date's actually coming up. I'm rocking with the band at the Living Arts Center in Mississauga, which is my hometown.
That's huge.
And they booked me as a headliner. It's just Junia-T live at Living Arts Center. You know what I mean?
Junia-T and the what? What are you calling the band? Junia-T and the
Juice Money Collective.
Hey, there we go.
The Mandem.
Junia-T and the Mandem. Yes. Let's do this. Let's get into another joint from Junia-T right now. Are we gonna play the record for this instrumental, DJ Sam? Yeah. Let's talk about this track, man. That's playing in the background.
Yes,
Is it the Everyday record? Why'd you come up with this one?
This one actually, I came up with the beat. I remember chopping the drums first, and like I was trying to chop the sample, and the sample wasn't really working out, and I just threw something else randomly in, and it just clicked. And it's funny because this beat's called Whack Ass Beat, but it ended up coming out fire. And then coming home one day to my daughter, and I started to sing this joint, like the chorus melody, and then I just called Phoenix Pagliacci, and I was like, yo, can you turn this idea into a joint?
Proper.
And she's like, yeah, I got you. And she hit me back like a couple of days later, sent it to Quest. And then I had to call in Octavio Santos. That's like my go-to when I need to get some live brass. And he came through and laced it up. Had to give him a nice little solo on the outro. And that's what it is, man.
There we go, man. With that being said, bring your A-Game Radio, CIUT 89.5 FMs from Junia-T with Every Day. Let's go. Bring your A-Game Radio, CIUT 89.5 FM. That's right, man. Junia-T. He said, let's get it. We're going to get it, man. 2 records back-to-back, fire tracks, Bedrin.
Thank you, sir.
Off the hook, you know what I mean? And right now, we're going to bring on to the mic. You know this lady, don't you?
Yeah. I met her once at Blackout 6.
Another King of the Dot event. Everyone, you guys all know me from King of the Dot.
Stacy, and she goes by the name of Stacy Brizzle. So hot, make your HD sizzle. I was just thinking of we're
going to work on that. We're going to work on that. Junia-T, I actually have a question for you.
Oh, word.
Okay?
See.
If you could change one thing about Toronto hip-hop, what would it be?
The fear of individuality.
The fear of individuality. So you think people are too scared to be themselves?
I feel like there's like a plethora of dope, unique styles in the city that people don't have the balls to be confident in.
Interesting.
That's what I would say.
And what's your favorite thing you love about Toronto hip-hop?
Toronto hip-hop? In the same breath, the diversity. Ain't that something? You know what I mean?
Light Skin, I could ask you the same question. What do you think?
I don't ask. No, I'm joking.
Oh. I'm just putting everyone on the spot tonight.
What do I think about Toronto hip hop? Well, I think there's a lot of dope, talented acts, and that's why we do what we do here every single Monday.
But the one thing you could change about Toronto hip hop.
I'm trying to be Drake.
Tell the rappers to stop trying to be Drake. That was from DJ Slam.
Now, you think that they wouldn't want to, follow in his footsteps. I mean, it's good that Drake's respect the man. He's doing his thing, but it is true. A lot of people are trying to be like Drake, and like you said, the fear of individuality. Exactly.
Yeah, man.
Crazy.
Makes sense.
Let's talk about the.
Okay, we do have the winner. Her name was Kara. Called in, and she won 2 tickets. She answered the question, "What was Ritz's label?" And the answer was Strange Music. So congratulations, Kara. You're going to see Ritz July 16th.
Perfect. She wins a ticket.
She wins 2 tickets because and I should have been like, okay, for every question you answer, you get a ticket. But I'm slow tonight because I can't swear. So
bring Stacy Brizzle on the show, and she gives away tickets.
My brain is trying to tell me don't swear, and with that, I get a little bit dumber.
Yeah, that's okay. You got the jar beside you. Don't worry. And it's sounding empty right now.
It's an actual thing. They actually do have a swear jar here. But Kara, you were going to see Ritz July 16th at the Rock Pile West. That is in Etobicoke, 5555 Dundas Street West. Congratulations.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Bring your A-Game Radio, CIUT 89.5 FM. We still got Junia-T here holding it down with us. Junia-T, how you feeling, sir? How you feeling, sir?
Doing good, brother, man. Yo, you guys are killing it right now. Slam. Burning some tunes, bro.
He's killing the vibes, eh? You sipping that lean still.
Out of my bring your A-Game mug and all that.
Hanging out, vibing out and stuff. So, okay, I wanted to talk about some of the projects sort of in the works or that, that you recently dropped. But The Son of a Drummer, this is in the works, correct?
Yes, it is.
And let's talk a bit about it, man.
Oh, man.
When do you plan on dropping the first song?
You know what? This time around, I'm actually gonna just let the music decide when it's ready. You know what I mean? Because last year, learning a lot more about like the industry and how the game works. So I kind of put like, limits on certain things. Learned a lot from it. This time around, I'm letting the music speak first. So when the music's ready, the project will be ready. A lot of music's being made, but once I'm happy with it, then it'll be ready.
I know the journey of it could be a stressful journey.
Yes,
do you have any idea how many tracks you want on the album right now? Or
you know what? I have like an obsession with certain numbers. You know what I mean? 3, 5, 8. You know what I mean? 15.
Right.
I might do 8.
Right.
It might be 15.
What do you think is a proper amount of songs for an album? Because I know there's people that call it an EP, or they'll call it an album. What do you think is a proper amount of tracks for an album?
You know what? Just to stick to the love of my numbers, I'll say like 8 to 15.
Anywhere between about 8 and 15.
But you know what? There's no limits, man. There are great albums that are like close to 20 joints.
Yeah, no,
you know what I mean? So it just depends on where that creator is at.
You recently did a tour. You're about to do a tour. What's up with the ICU tour?
Oh, the ICU Before Morning tour. That was when Tas Nada from BC and I hit the road to do a cross Canada tour.
Proper.
That was last summer. It was actually really dope. We got to do Victoria, Nanaimo, Edmonton, Calgary, Kelowna. We even did a date in LA. We did a block party out in LA with Absol and Talib Kweli. And then we brought it to the East Coast and did Jazz Fest, Ottawa. We also did Celebration Square, Mississauga, which is my hometown. And yeah, man, it was a fun tour. We learned a lot, got to build a lot with people across the country. And we want to keep that an annual thing. Just hitting the road and keeping it moving.
What's the difference between performing in like LA and then performing in like Toronto?
You know what? When you're when you're not from there, people are willing to listen a little bit more. And that's cool. Just to like know me from nothing and just taking my music. And it's refreshing just to see how they feel about it.
Right. It's the same kind of vibe if you go to like Europe and stuff. They really take in the music and appreciate it more.
They do.
Than the people here, them haters out here. You know what I mean?
You know what? When you're local, it's like the new kid in school, man. The new kid in school always get more vibes, even though people that have been in the school have been there forever long. So it's just like natural.
That's true. Where can people get in touch with you online? Where's your social media and stuff?
Everything is Junia-T of SB. Smash Brothers Forever, you know what I mean? So JUNIATOFSB. Also catch me on the website, JUNIA-T.com. Everything's there, all the videos, details about the next show is also there. That's how you keep in touch.
I like how you do it proper, man, because a lot of people be coming up like, yeah, you can check me on my social media and my WhatsApp,
WhatsApp, B.
You got to have a website, you know what I mean? So that's proper, man. Make sure to go check out some of his music. We're going to get into a record, but before we get into the record, you have an artist, is a new artist, is Benjamin AD.
Yes, sir.
And then YG
Tut.
YG Tut. And so are these your artists or?
These are people that I just met through music. Actually, Benjamin, I met him when I was releasing ICU in England. I went out there for a month just to like drop the record, promo the record. And my UK manager, Omar, he's a really good connector. That's his like forte, connecting creatives that he feel will have like a good chemistry, And he connected us. We had our first session, and it was pretty much a wrap from there. Like we're like brothers now, you know what I mean?
Proper.
And we've been chefing since. We're like, a big bag of tunes deep in this project. We've released a couple, but this one that I brought is the latest.
So what's the name of the track? Is it
Waves on Roids?
Waves on Roids.
Yeah,
what a name, man. I like it though. I like it. Waves on Roids. Bring your A Game Radio. Junia-T, I want to thank you for coming through, man.
Thank you for having me,
and
guys.
vibing out with us. You're welcome back anytime.
Yo, man, I'm coming with more drink for this mug, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Make sure you bring some more lean. I know Stacey Brizzle might want some.
Man. I'm an Appleton man still. You already know Appleton.
Big thanks, man. All right, DJ Sen, let's drop this record for the people. Waves on Roids. I'm almost tongue twisted saying it. It's such a dope track. CIUT 89.5 FM. Let's do this, man. Bring your A Game Radio.